think we are officially live. Let's see here. Nancy, I know you said you were waiting. If you could, like last week, if you would be willing to share this over on the group page, that would be great. And I'm trying to get it up on my phone so I can see who may actually be here. No, I don't want to create a post. I want to actually see the page. All right, my phone is not cooperating. Hi, Sue. Hi, Nancy. I'm seeing you because I'm standing up looking at my iPad while I'm trying to get my phone to do what I want it to do, and it's not. All right, let's go try it this way. No, I don't want to create. Okay, there we go. Found it. They keep changing these apps, so I have a hard time navigating. Hi, Sherry, Nancy, and Sue. Glad you could join. All right. I have a fun card to share with you. It is using the Country Home stamp set. Hey, Carol. Just get this in here. There we go. Okay, so it's using the Country Home stamp set, and it's a fun fold. Check that out. So we're going to recreate this card. Wednesday, the holiday catalog goes live officially. Thanks, Sherry. I'm glad you like it. I'm going to show you how to make them in just a minute, but I wanted to remind everybody that Wednesday that the holiday catalog does go live. As of yesterday, you can start redeeming your $5 coupons that you've earned through the month of August for any orders of $50 or more, and I know a lot of you did earn coupons, so hopefully you saved those emails with the coupons. If I placed your orders for you, I have your coupon code, and I can use that in your future orders this month. Okay, but you got to use them this month because as of October 1st, they're no good anymore. Okay, so keep that in mind. Wednesday, I do plan to do another Facebook Live, and we are going to walk through this catalog because I do want to point out a few things that are kind of hidden in here, but are really awesome, and I don't want you to miss. So, that's out of the way. So now, I am going to show you how to make this fun card. There is some embossing, and we're coloring, and got all kinds of good stuff happening with it. Okay, so it is a fun fold, and it's very simple to make. So, we need our cutter. So I have my Stampin' trimmer, and I have a sheet of Mint Macaron cardstock, and I am going to cut this at 4 1/4. Set this piece aside, and then it's going to be 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and this is going to make my actual card. So I'm going to put that at the 9 3/4 measurement. We're just going to slice that off. So now I have 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and now I need to do some scoring. So I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way. The first score line I'm going to make is 3 1/4, and then it's going to be 6.5, which is right there where that arm comes out. And I'm just going to set this aside for a minute, bring that arm back in, and I do need to cut this piece down to 5.5. So we have that piece cut at 9.5 or 5.5. Get that piece out of the way. So we need these two pieces, and we need some designer paper. So we're going to cut the first piece. I want to cut at 5 1/4. Or no, I want that to be 4 inches. You got to pay attention to the pattern of your paper. This has got a direction, so I want this to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. If it didn't have a pattern that mattered, I could have cut it the way I was cutting, but it does matter. So that goes that way. And then I need a piece that is 4 inches by 3 inches. And that will be that piece right there. Okay. Then I'm using a piece of this galvanized paper, which is in the new holiday catalog. This stuff is awesome. It's not as shiny as the silver foil paper, but it does have a sheen to it. And what's really cool about it is it's either side. The foil papers have the white side, and then it's got the shiny side. This is both sides, and it's got a kind of a matte finish, but it's really awesome paper. I love it. So anyway, I want this to be 4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And that is going to be, actually, I want it to be, getting my measurements crazy here. This has to be 3. Actually, a little less than 3. There we go. And I'm going to run that through the embossing folder. And I have a piece of white that is cut 3 by 4. And that's what we're going to stamp on. So I'm done cutting for the moment. And let's see. Have some of that. We're going to use some Stampin Blends. Love Stampin Blends. Things, got my card. My clips. And the Country Home Stamp Set. This is a beautiful set. It's got the watering can, the milk can, the pieces to put on top. And we're going to use the milk can. Let's see. Got my block here. And because I'm using Stampin Blends, I am going to use Memento ink. Hey, Laura. We're doing a fancy fold card. When I redo this video, or not redo, but I edit this video, I will put the measurements of everything in the description. Okay, so I've got my Memento ink, and I've done my watering can. So now I think I'm going to come down a little bit lower than I did in my original image, because I did run out of room for my topper. There, that looks good. And I'm using the one that has the little pussy willows and the little seed pod here. Anybody who's into country decor like I am, you probably recognize all of these things very well. Again, getting that inked up with the memento. And I'm just going to put this right on top of my milk can here. There we go. And where's my cover? Okay, so now I am going to bring in the smoky slate markers. And I'm going to do my can, and I'm going to start with the lightest color. And I'm just going to throw down some color on here. And I'm going to leave the center uncolored for just a minute, because that's where I want it to be the lightest, so that you have that appearance of light coming in, and it does help make this have a rounded look when you're using these alcohol markers. So I want to just throw some light darker colors underneath like so. Come around. My light again and blend that out. And then I can come over this area where I left it white. Okay. And then the lightest color. Leaving that center. And then again, I got the dark again. And then you blend it with the light. And you will see different people use the alcohol markers differently. Some people will start with the darkest and then move to the lightest. I just find that it's easier to do the lightest first. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Just gonna blend that out, and then get those handles. There. So there's our can. And to make the can just a little bit extra something something, I've got my clear Wink of Stella. And I'm just gonna give it a little bit of, or maybe I should say a whole lot of glitter and glimmer. I love this stuff. Because it's not over the top glitter, it just gives you the perfect shimmer. There. I don't know if you can see that in the camera well, but like I said, it's just the perfect shimmer in there, the way the light catches it. Okay, so now to do the insides, I'm gonna do the big seed pods in Cajun Craze. These are some new colors that are in the holiday catalog. Cajun Craze was one of the new colors, and I know there's Basic Black is in the new catalog, and there's actually I think 6 new sets of colors. So I'm gonna start with the lightest, and I'm just going to go around and color in these big seed pod things. And again, leaving that center white for just a minute. I'm gonna bring in the dark, and I'm just gonna kind of touch where all these little dots are, where this would be the seed holes, I guess you could call it. And then I'll go back in, blend it out. And then do this one. Get those little seed pockets. And blend it out. Just like that. Okay. Now, because Pussy Willows are actually normally white, not really going to color them, but I am going to take the lightest of the Mint Macaron and trace around them a little bit. I'm going to use the smaller tip, and I'm just going to take that color and trace around them. Just like so. There. Then, using, this is the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to use the lightest, and I'm just going to color in this flower here. Probably don't really have to do any highlighting with this one because it's so small, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw a little of the darker in there, like so, and then blend it out. Just like that. Alright, now I'm going to do the leaves with the Mint Macaron. Oh, actually, you know what? Forgot my little dots here. I'm going to use the darkest one. Because again, I'm not going to even bother with highlighting because they're just little dots. Just going to fill them in with the darkest. With the Blackberry Bliss there. I think I got them. Now I'm going to bring in my Mint Macaron, and I've got the lightest, and I'm going to do all the little leaves here. And I will bring in the darker to highlight them a little. See, this doesn't take long to color in at all. There. So that's done. So now, get these out of the way. We can bring in our pieces here. Set that aside. So I'm going to attach this larger piece of designer paper, which I cut 5 1/4 by 4 to go over this piece of mint macaron, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is essentially your card base. Straight. There's our card base right there. Then we're going to take this piece that we cut 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and remember we scored it at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. This piece is going to attach down to the card flat like this. So that means we want to fold it over like so, and then we're just going to fold it back on itself just like that. And I want to bring in my bone folder and just give it a good crease, like so. And this is going to attach to the front, just like that. Go. Then for the inside here, we do have this piece, which is just the back side of the other. And I'm just gonna attach that down like so. I'm going to change this one. Well, no, let's keep it. We'll keep it. It's going to change the sentiment, but I'm going to keep it. Alright, let's see. You know what? I need a piece of black or white cardstock here. Bear with me. I did not grab enough paper. Here we go. Just need a scrap piece of paper to stamp this on, and again just using my Memento black ink. And we're gonna right about there. Okay. And we don't carry the 2.5 inch punch anymore, circle punch, but we do have it in the layering circles die framelits. But for just doing the video, I thought it'd be quicker to just pop it out with the punch. And I have some of this really cool chicken wire that is also in the catalog. And I'm just going to cut off a little piece because I just want it peeking out from here. Of course, I ran out of snail. Easy peasy. Just pop these two pieces apart. This clear piece gets thrown in the garbage. And you snap them together. Just like so. Now, just want that like so. Have a little piece of that sticking out. And then this can go back into the center like so. Then, where is it? I have this little piece of this galvanized paper. I am going to emboss this with the tin tile embossing folder. And I will tell you, this embossing folder is awesome. Let's see if I can't get this into the shot here. Okay, the tin tile embossing folder is one of those really heavy duty, thick, dynamic folders. It's very heavy. So you only use the one plate on top. So there's nothing on this here platform. So I'm just going to put my paper in here, just like so. Try to get it in straight. One pad on top. These are the wide ones. You want to make sure everything's lined up good. And you always want to make sure that you're putting your embossing folders through with the fold going in first. You'll have a lot fewer problems. Just run it through, just like that. And there it is. Look at that. I'll show it to you a little bit closer up and get this out of the way. Love this. And I did kind of give mine a little bit of a, how do I want to call it? Added some color. I used some of our new shimmer paints that are going to be in the holiday catalog, or are in the holiday catalog. I used the gold, it's called Vegas Gold, and Bright Copper. And all I did, there's a little ball in there, shake it up, just because I wanted to kind of antique it a little bit. You don't have to do this step. This was just something I did. And I just kind of rubbed it all over, just to give it that kind of rustic feel. And same thing with the copper. Again, just used out of the lid. Just like that. And that was all I did. And then I took a tissue and just kind of wiped it down. So there's really just the high points that kind of really held the color, like so. All right, so then bringing our piece back in, I made this into like a little pocket down here. So I just took snail and did 3 sides. And because this was kind of a Thanksgiving type themed card, let's see, let's put this now onto our card base. sticking to my fingers. I want to get that on the center, like so. I took one of the Memories and More from the Delightfully Detailed Memories and More card pack. I found one that had the Mit Macaron. It says I'm so grateful, and on the other side it has the lines, so you could actually put this in and you could write down, or have your family or recipient write down what they're thankful for. Kind of a cool idea, don't you think? Put it in there. I got a little curry with my snail, but anyway, that fits in there like so. And then to finish it, there's these little galvanized clips that are in the catalog coming out for just a little extra something. And I just slip that right on here. Just like that. And then, where are my... Here they are. I've got some of the, these are the basic adhesive sequins in the catalog, and these are the Mit Macaron colored ones. And I'm using this new tool. This is a must-have tool. It's a multi-function tool in the catalog. It's called the Take Your Pick tool. I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. It's got one end, this has got your putty, so if you had the loose sequins, this will pick them up for you so that you can transfer them to your project. But it also has this amazing reversible tool. It's got one side as a piercing tool, the other side has this flat spatula. The flat spatula is perfect for picking up the self-adhesive things that already have adhesive on them, like the gems, because watch how easy this gets up under there. You just get it under there. There you have it. Transfer it to your project. It just shovels them up and on. Easy peasy. Doesn't get any easier than that right there. Love this. And so not only does it come with this reversible end, the package also contains another end that you can switch out. So now you have a stylus. It's got the large tip and the small tip, which you would use your smaller tip for your heavy cardstocks, your larger tip for your more delicate papers. It slips in and locks in place just like that. And then of course it's got the cover. And then this putty end, it comes with a second one. So when this one, once you've tore off all the putty that's in this one, because after a while it does lose its tackiness, you tear it off and release more of it. But once you run out, there's a spare in there. Plus, we also sell the refills. So once you've used up both of these, you can order the refills to have this tool. So again, my pick for this week is going to be this here tool. And if you've earned any of those $5 coupons, this is $10 in the catalog. Use your coupon towards this. You get it for half price. So you're only paying $5 for this. So just my opinion. Awesome tool. So here's the card, but I have to show you, I did do my challenge card today using the same layout, only I used from the challenge left side down. It's Halloween. I used wooden stars and a fun fold. So bubble bubble toil and trouble, and it holds a gift card. So there you have it. Oh, hi Deb, I'm glad you could join us. So any questions about this card? Like I said, I will put the measurements in the description above once I close the video and do my edits. But it's kind of a fun fold to do, and I thought I would show you, though. It can be, just change out your paper, change out your stamps. You love it, Sue? Me too. I thought it was kind of fun. Well, thank you, Sherry. I'm glad you liked it too. Oh, you guys, I love you. Thank you so much for the hearts. That does help my ranking with Stampin' Up. Aw, thanks, Sue. All right, you guys, if you don't have any questions right now, if you do think of any later, please reach out and let me know. You know I'm always here for you. So until next time, like I said, be here Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We're going to go through the catalog because I want to make sure you don't miss anything, such as this awesome tool, because this is easy to overlook because they have it stuck in the little corner in the catalog, and if you're not looking for it, you're going to miss it. So make sure you join me here Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, while we go through the catalog quick. Aw, thanks, Laura. You guys are all awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I really, truly do. So again, thank you so much. Bye for tonight.